Good afternoon. Haha, Too Much Dip Podcast, Randy. Did you forget where you were? You forgot which show you were doing, little buddy? That's Randy Trimbacki. He's going to produce today.
What a silly bitch.
Hi, Dave. For people at home, I had the wrong background up, and Dave was about to call me out, and I fixed it right before you got a chance to.
Well, you know what? I never miss an opportunity to call you out, little buddy.
It is true. We are in the Too Much Dip Podcast, a sports media venture from Washed Media.
A sports media adventure from Wash Media.
Yes.
A sports media adventure.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Dylan Shivery.
See what I was doing there?
Yeah, it's from, I think you should leave.
Okay. Hey, guys. A lot happening in the wide world of sports.
That's a wide world of sports.
A lot
What's happening?
going on.
What happened?
We got seam ball. We got playoffs in two different sports. We got an NFL draft to talk about.
Are you willing to
Got
say...
DWIs.
Well, I was going to say, are you willing to say that you were the bad luck charm for Nick Brooks?
I think it was my son.
Or was it your son?
I think it was Parks.
Is Parks the plug?
I think he got one look at Parks. He's like, I got to start drinking right when I leave this event.
Did he think Parks was going to take his spot?
Judging by the size difference of them in the picture they took together, I wouldn't think that was on his mind.
Okay.
Yeah, Parks is going to be crushed at his new football hero is.
You don't have to tell him.
No, I won't tell him. I won't tell him.
Dad, what's a DUI?
Yeah. Well, son.
You have a little Buys drink here, Hoss, and then you get behind the wheel. That's a no-go. Might be a good teaching moment
There
for
you go. Yeah.
I don't want to tell you how to parent, but I would do that if I were you.
Yeah, thank you. I think I will.
We're going to have a special guest. We're going to call him here in a few. It's Micah. Do we need headies?
Nah. You
We'll
could
be
go
all right.
get him, but we're about to call him.
Yeah, we're calling. Who cares? Go check out our YouTube page, youtube.com/toomuchdip. Subscribe. This show is also a visual show. It's YouTube week, so now's a great time to do it. Also, leave a rating and a review. Let us know how we're doing. No KJ today. He I guess he has like another job, I don't know.
So he's not supported off his one episode a week with Wash Media.
Yeah, that was news to me, but
Interesting.
he chose to do his other job. So I guess it's up to us and Micah to talk draft and little playoffs and maybe some other things.
What's on Micah's mind?
I don't know. You want to call him?
The mind of Micah?
We should call him right now.
Good. Let's just fucking do it. He never responded to my text, so we'll see how this goes.
Hi, you've reached Michael Weiner.
He
Oh.
screened you.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That's a tough scene.
Hi, this is Michael Weiner.
Fuck. I guess we'll just continue doing the show without him, huh?
That's wow, man. Just swatted that shit right out of here.
There'll be a text any minute. Oh, he put his noties on silence. What the hell, Micah?
Oh, maybe he's in an important meeting right now.
There's no way. There's no way that dude's. No offense, Micah. There's no way he's doing anything important right now.
Maybe
maybe
least-
he's firing somebody right
Yeah.
The other D man is doing. Okay, so I've got multiple shooters over there at his leasing company. They lease equipment.
Don't put it in quotes. Like
Sorry,
it's something else.
It's leasing. I heard Micah's just like it's like a ceremonial, like a symbolic job. I heard that the other D man does all the heavy lifting.
now. Is that right?
He's the real power player.
He's
over
not
there.
Micah's understudy, is he? Are they an equal?
I don't think they do theater.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a leasing company.
Oh, I thought it was a thespian play.
Like a thespian play or a thespian play?
There probably
yes.
is a play that's about
Yes.
thespians.
That's very meta. Well, cool, Micah. Thanks, man.
I put on SNL on Saturday. It was a rerun, but like the opening skit, they brought out what's the guy's name? Lin-Manuel, the guy from
Miranda?
Hamilton.
Yeah.
I fucking turned it off. I was like,
Oh, the producers is
I'm not
musical
doing this.
too. So that's a play about thespians. The producers
Oh yeah,
originally.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's a cool note, man. Not enough to get us through until Micah calls back. But
What's it
that's a
called,
cool note.
Randy?
the producers. A Mel Brooks movie and also a play. It's all about like some people trying to create the worst play ever. And you ever hear about the producers? They're trying to fraud a bunch of people. And then the play turns out to be really good.
Not to be confused with the Seth Rogen joint. The producer?
The studio?
The studio. Oh,
Studio.
yeah, whatever.
Good show.
Still not to be confused.
Which you should start, but you haven't done it for some
I know. I don't know, man. I'm too busy trying to watch SNL and changing it.
Okay.
We'll hold off on the draft for now. See, Dame tore his Achilles. I think they knew, but that sucks, dude.
That does suck. Were they
That feels like-
contenders? Are they previously contenders this season?
No, 4 seed, 5 seed.
Yeah.
About to lose to the Pacers. They were weird. They had a weird year. Their run since the title has been very odd, but their big move is going to get Dame. Everybody knew Dame wanted to go to Miami, ended up in Milwaukee. Now he tears his Achilles. He's already on the wrong side of 30. Now you're kind of wondering, oh, fuck, what's this going to look like?
KD came back from it.
That's true. Yeah, he really did. He might be the poster boy from coming back with an Achilles injury.
He was after 30 when that happened, wasn't he? Or right around 30.
Feels like it, because that was Golden State KD, right?
It was, yeah.
Anyway, thoughts and prayers to him.
Yeah. Shout out Dame.
Strong sip of water.
We can talk college
talk-
baseball until Micah joins us.
I want to talk Belichick real quick.
Okay.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Because we were talking about it in the office. We sat down and I watched a little bit of the interview. I watched a lot of the highlights of the interview he did.
Why did he do this interview?
CBS Sunday Morning. I don't know. It doesn't seem like something he would have done previous to. New England Belichick is not doing this, right?
No. Did his girlfriend put him up to it?
Maybe. And she was
Jordan?
there. She was famously there. Jordan was famously there monitoring the interview. And she's even referenced at one point. That's the clip that's making the rounds.
I also like to point out that in true Belichick fashion, he wore looked like to be a sweatshirt of some sort, maybe a cutoff one with a big hole right here
He was rocking the Navy sweatshirt.
on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Worst/best dressed football coach of all time.
Yeah, I'm glad that she's done a lot of things apparently, but trying to be his stylist is not one of them.
No.
Which I respect that.
So this was if you haven't seen this interview, it's a very uncomfortable interview. And I've only seen the clips that have made their way to social media. I haven't watched the full thing. But I've seen enough to know that this is just a very uncomfortable watch.
You know why he did this book? This interview? He's got a book coming out.
Okay.
So this is all book promo.
Yeah.
Which still seems unbecoming.
Yeah. There's a point in the interview when who's the interviewer? I forgot that dude's name.
The interviewer is Docapil. I don't know. Tony Docapil.
Okay. Anyway, he asked
It's a real name. It sounds like something I made up, but that's the name.
He asked Belichick how he met Jordan, his girlfriend.
By the way, he leads in a non-gotcha fashion. He's not.
No, he's like let's talk.
He glazes the relationship.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are kind of the darlings.
Yeah. He didn't expect this to be an uncomfortable question and answer.
Yeah.
But before Belichick could even get a word out, his girlfriend from off stage says, we're not going to talk about that. So had he just answered the question like a normal person would, and you even make something up, like, oh, well, we had a friend set us up, or, she reached out to me through, whatever channel. Instead, she says what she says, which is, we're not going to talk about that. And now everyone's like, first of all, she's kind of feisty, to put it kindly.
She's 24.
Secondly, it's like, oh, well, how did they meet if they're not going to talk about it? But first of all, why don't you just get your story straight before you just make something up?
That is the.
So now there's speculation that she's an escort.
Okay, unfounded.
I said speculation that she's an escort because it's like, why would you want to hide the way you met? Even if it was like on, Hinge, like that's a big deal.
You remember back in the day when it was And I bet like meeting on a dating app was like this early on, but like back in the day, if you met somebody in a bar, like, oh, we met in a bar.
Yeah.
It was kind of like you wanted to have it. Like people
Like,
were embarrassed
oh,
about
you guys
that.
were drunk and probably hooked up.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like that anymore. But like, what could possibly be so strange about how they met?
That's what I'm saying.
What if like they met, like him and Robert Kraft were together hanging out at like a masseuse parlor, and he met her
Right.
there?
Right. I don't
You know,
think.
they're good friends, I would assume.
But like that's what I was saying earlier. Thank
It's
you,
a good
Randy,
theory.
for that.
He famously got jerked on.
The only thing that's like would have been like too embarrassing to share publicly was that she's an escort. You know, like I said, if it's Hinge, big deal. Everyone meets on Hinge these days. Just say, "Oh yeah, we met on a dating app,"
Yeah.
or just make something up. Now it's like, what the hell? Like, how
What are
did
you hiding?
Yeah, what are you hiding?
I mean, I don't think it has anything to do with what Randy mentioned, Robert Kraft getting his penis jorked on.
Right.
But we know.
By the way, the day of the AFC Championship, and he also flew all the way to Florida just to get that jorking
Yeah,
way
his
out of the
peanuts.
way,
His peanuts.
and then flew the other way.
But
True.
Real power move.
their relationship has been kind of a weird one to follow because she is at. They showed some of like the UNC spring clips from the North Carolina spring practices or whatever, and it looks like she has a role on the team. Like she's some kind of, I don't know, publicity manager or something. But she's walking around with a walkie-talkie on the field, wearing like stilettos and this big expensive coat.
It's very shocking.
And she's like talking to someone through a walkie. And she's like walking up to the head coach while he's coaching. It's just weird.
Can I tell you something funny Rhodes did with the walkie-talkie? The other day
Did he fart in it?
we're all out front, no, but close. And he's like, "Dad, I got to poop." Okay. He goes and he gets his walkie-talkies. He like now wants to bring a walkie-talkie in while he poops
That's
and have me
awesome.
hold the other.
Love that.
That's freaking. Does he give you updates?
Well, I was just like, he's like not really good at like, he doesn't really understand walkie-talkie cadence
You
yet.
got to hold it down. Does he hit and say over
Did he
when he's
say
finished
over?
talking?
Yeah.
He does, but he doesn't really know. It's really funny.
That's incredible.
He's like, "Dad, I'm done," and I'll be like, "Copy." It's great, but yeah, the kid poops the walkie-talkie now.
Does he know the phonetic alphabet yet? Like Alpha, Bravo, Charlie?
No, we'll get there.
Okay, good.
We'll get him there. Yeah, dude, she has a very Elon Doge role where she's just kind of around and you're like, what is it exactly? Like, do you have
She's like,
authority to be? She's not, but like, so it's a public university.
she's acting
She's
like
not on. She's not on
Yeah.
the. You can go look up every
Right, you
employee.
can.
She's
State
not paid by
employees,
the
you can.
school.
Okay. It's like he's a celebrity and she's his manager, and she's making sure that he's not saying anything he's not supposed to in an interview.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, you can't talk about the tour we have coming up. You know, don't say what you're not. You know, it's just like she's just like helicoptering.
She's on all of the emails with him too.
Yeah.
And according to in one email that was leaked, she's identified herself as chief operating officer at Belichick Productions, which last I heard is like you can go look up to see where this company is incorporated, like what this company is. It's like not a real company. Like if it is, they just haven't filed their LLC paperwork.
So I think we've always known that he's kind of a weird guy. Like he's weird in interviews but is he just a really weird dude? He seems
Yeah.
just like
I mean, you thought of him as weird. We all thought of him as weird as like oh, this dude's life is football. His life is
he's
football.
like he's just totally football coded at all times.
Yeah.
And like he's socially awkward. And not much to say. He dresses like shit like during games. It's like, okay, that's a little bit weird, but he's a football coach. He's just like he eats, sleeps, breathes football. But maybe he's just a weird dude.
He likes them young.
She's 24. He's not 24.
No.
Yeah.
Or close to it.
I like the part in the interview where he's like, a lot of people, what's it like? You have people and they don't even know you and they're commenting on your relationship. He's trying to like ease into it and get the answer. And he's just like, Belichick gives him nothing.
He said, I don't really pay attention to what people are saying.
I mean, I'm on there a little bit.
Instaface.
I'm
on there a little bit. I don't know what people are saying. Yeah, I'm on social media, but I don't look at comments.
Man.
But you know what people are saying, bud. You have to.
What's his son thinking? His son is also on the team. He's a coach on the team.
Oh,
staff.
I thought he was still in the league doing something.
No, he is on staff. There's like a thing. There's some of those leaked emails. I believe it was discussed that they need to make sure when they show the son, who I need to look up his role.
It's tough when your girlfriend is much younger than your son.
He's the DC,
Okay.
which big deal. But there's some emails where she's like, we need to make sure when talking about or when the cameras show him, like they want to make sure there's no Nepo connection made, even though everyone clearly knows it's Belichick. But they're like, so I don't think you're going to see shots in whatever crew they've got. They're filming shots of them like together and stuff, like we're riding to work together or something, you know?
Yeah.
What is the UNC doc that they're filming? Sorry, I should know this.
Is it part of the
Oh, is it Hard Knocks? Is that
yeah,
what it
Hard
was?
Knocks College Edition? I know they're doing that with not just
yeah.
they're not focusing on just one team, but several different teams.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Hard Knocks thing fell through. That's right.
Okay. Yeah,
And
it's
somebody
just weird.
done leaked the emails. I don't know, dude. Good for him though. She seems like a very nice young lady.
Does she?
I mean, just like me looking at her.
Okay. She does look to be pretty.
It is fun to think about like how I talk about how I would have nothing to say to a 24-year-old. Like if
Yeah.
I were to like have to sit next to, if I went to a bar, I went and had drinks with a 24-year-old, like I had nothing. Versus like Bill Belichick talking to a 24-year-old.
Yeah.
Unless she's like super, she knows the fuck out of ball. Like I don't know.
I just don't see that.
It does. Yeah, they have
I
not
don't
told us
know.
if she's just a super ball knower.
She could be. Oh, he did describe her as his muse.
Okay.
Whatever.
What?
I just had a funny thought that like she'd be on the sidelines in her walkie-talkie and she was just talking to Rhodes on the potty.
Hey, bud.
How's it going, bud? You
How's
done
it
yet?
Make sure you wipe all the way.
Oh my god! All right, you want to try this guy again?
Yeah.
Before we do, I want to try and tell you guys about our good friends at Prize Picks, the best place to turn your sports knowledge into cash. With millions of members, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. Dude, I'm all over Prize Picks. It's playoff season. It's golf season. I like hopping in there, mixing it up. Cash in on the basketball playoffs with Prize Picks. Don't miss your last chance to add your favorite players from the court to your Prize Picks lineup, whether it's points, rebounds, assists. Take your pick of more or less for your shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash today. Turn your playoff hot takes into tickets to basketball's championship series. Starting with the play-in round, every lineup you make on Prize Picks will enter you in the Takes Two Tickets sweepstakes, which could get you and a +1 on a VIP trip to the Ship. Prize Picks is the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. And Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users and sign up today. I was watching that Lakers game yesterday, and I was just lamenting the fact that I did not utilize my Prize Picks yesterday before that game. I had done it elsewhere previously in the week, but I was just like, man, I would have been all over this. I would have been all over Anthony Edwards. I knew he was going to have a big game. I mean, plus 30 points, whatever. You hammer that anytime you can. Every Tuesday, Prize Picks will discount several projections on the board, usually by 15% to 25%. And download the app today. Use code DIP, DIP, to get $50 instantly. After you play your first $5 lineup, that's code DIP to get $50 instantly. After you play your first $50 lineup, Prize Picks, run your game. All right. We're calling this dude again.
It's Micah time.
Hi.
This guy.
It's a double screen.
Yeah, it sounds like his phone's off.
Is he still on paternity leave?
What's his deal, man? Let's just give up on Micah. He's really blowing it.
You know, people thought after his last circling back appearance that like he'd lost his content fastball. And now this.
We're trying to give him another chance on the bump, and he's just nah.
I'm gonna open up the forum. I'm going to give the platform to the other D man. If you want to come in here and sit down, talk ball with us, you're more than welcome, other D man that works with Micah, or really any of Micah's coworkers at this point. You want to talk college baseball?
Let's talk college baseball. This is the college baseball minute.
I went to dinner last night with some friends, and the husband, he's an A&M guy, and he took his kid. They went Saturday.
Yeah.
They made it to the 7th inning stretch. It was a proper. All of the games were like proper games,
They were
right?
each one-run games.
Yeah. But the
Stings.
brooms were out, huh?
Yeah, the brooms were out, man. The previously preseason ranked number 1 Texas A&M Aggies came to Austin over the weekend to play the now number 1 Texas Longhorns. And a reminder, Texas took their head coach Jim Schlossnagle right after
nice name,
after A&M was knocked out of or lost the College World Series last year. 2 days later, it was announced that he'd be coming to Austin. So a lot of storylines in this one, a lot of hatred. Aggies came to town and very competitive series, even though it was number 1 versus unranked. A&M is still a really good ball. Like they have bats.
The talent's there.
They have bats. Their starting pitcher on Friday is as good as any starting pitcher in college baseball. He's really, really good. Texas, both teams played really good defense too. There were some web gems out there, quite a few of them actually. Caden Sorrell for A&M right fielder made ESPN's top 10, the number 1 spot with his diving catch in right field yesterday. But my Longhorns swept the Aggies, the poor Aggies. It was a fun one, man. The Texas pitching staff just continues to just dominate.
He's changing up. Ever since we had Casey Smith on, now he's toning it down a little bit. You're toning it down.
Yeah.
You lost your edge, dude.
I'm always quick to give credit where credit is due, even if it's a team that I am not a fan of.
Whatever happened to Dylan?
And
You lost your fastball too.
look, Texas they lost their ace, Jared Spencer, out for the season.
TJ?
Their best hitter. Max Ballou, fractured thumb. He's been out for a few weeks now. He's going to continue to miss time, and they're still doing it, man.
What's the injury on Spencer?
He fractured his thumb against in Columbia against Missouri. Had surgery on it, and he is going to return at some point, hopefully for playoffs.
Okay. And the ace, though, what was his?
Jared Spencer, something with the shoulder. I'm not sure. It's not Tommy John because it's in the shoulder. I don't know what's going on, but there was speculation that he might return, but they just announced that he'll be on the shelf for the rest of the year. But
shoulders, dude.
Yeah. So they're doing it without arguably their 2 best players. Still really impressive. They're 19-2 in the SEC, which is
pretty damn good,
unheard of. So they just keep rolling along, man.
Okay.
It's been fun to watch. Fun to watch.
Big day for Horns. Big weekend for some Horns as the draft went down. We don't have to break down where every Texas Longhorn went. But the big stories, there's a couple. One, the big thread was the Shedeur Sanders saga.
Yeah.
2, which we will get to in a minute, Quinn Ewers sliding all the way to the 7th round.
Yeah.
Where he gets scooped by Miami. And then back to the first one, you had the Shedeur Sanders prank call.
Yeah.
So, first of all, on him sliding, is this just a case of people giving way too much credit to mock drafts and buying into what people – okay, because –
You mean his projection being a top of the first round guy?
Yeah, because I think Bomani Jones had this take, and I saw a clip of it. I didn't listen to his whole show. But basically, like, look, he's Deion's kid. He's at Colorado. Like, the entire college football season, like – they were always one of the biggest stories no matter what. So, of course, these people who are doing mock drafts and looking to fill time on their show are going to put him somewhere. I have a take like that, have him as one of the best just to get eyeballs and clicks on their mock.
Which broadcast were you watching? NFL Network or ESPN?
ESPN.
So you saw the Kuiper stuff.
I saw the Kuiper stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kuiper lost I think, a lot of credibility with a lot of people. He was like embarrassed himself as much as he was just glazing Shador the entire time. Each pick, like each quarterback pick, and there were several quarterbacks picked in front of Shador, obviously.
Cam Ward, number one. Jackson Dart, they traded up to get.
He'd be like, he's like, yeah, good pick, good ball player, but Shador Sanders, they should go get him right here. He would not shut up about Shador Sanders. Nonstop glazing over Shador, and was like getting like visibly upset throughout the draft as Shador was not getting picked. It was really weird. But he thought Shador should have been the first overall pick, even ahead of Cam Ward.
So when the draft rolls around and stuff like this happens, you always hear from personnel guys around the league anonymously, or just people, assistant coaches, even maybe coaches or somebody, about what actually is happening, why this is happening. And like the general consensus is he's a good quarterback. He's not a first round talent. Very few people had him as a first round talent, I think.
Good quarterback that doesn't have like that one just like crazy good quality to him. He doesn't have a huge arm.
Accurate is like the best thing you can say about him.
Yeah, and he's good. I mean, his team was not very good. His offensive line was atrocious. He got sacked a ton. But he's good. He's better than a fifth round talent, in my opinion. But this was more, I think this was more than just like his tape, because a lot of storylines coming out that's saying he intentionally tanked interviews with teams where he didn't want to go.
Yeah,
didn't throw at the combine.
Right.
Didn't participate in like the Senior Bowl, which is obviously a great opportunity to showcase your talent against other really talented guys who are eligible for the draft. And so, yeah, all they had to go on was his Colorado tape. And like, obviously there's a lot there, but apparently his interviews were just really bad.
Would not give, allegedly, per source, would not give interviews to teams that he felt already were solid at quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which left him, like, I think he did like 5 interviews, like 5 teams. And apparently was didn't do well in any of them.
Have you seen the quarterbacks that are on the Browns roster?
So you got Flacco.
Okay, you got Deshaun Watson still there. You got Flacco. They drafted Dylan Gabriel.
Yes.
There's someone else who's like a notable, like maybe they're number 2 that I'm forgetting. But he has a lot of work to do just to make the 53 man.
Kenny Pickett.
That's right, Pickett. So you have Watson, Pickett, Flacco. They drafted Dylan Gabriel in like the 3rd or 4th round, I want to say, which was what surprised a lot of people. And then he's the 5th quarterback. If you look at it like that, I mean, if you look at him behind Dylan Gabriel, and I think conventional wisdom would say he is, since he was drafted after him, you keep 3 quarterbacks. So he's got his work cut out for him to make the 53 man. It's weird. This whole situation was really, really weird.
Dude, how mad are you if you are in the Browns organization and you find out they're gonna take a second quarterback, and not only that, it's one as high profile as that's like the thought of like, you go, okay, Dylan Gabriel, like great college player, a lot of questions about his size, right?
Size and arm strength are huge marks against him.
Okay, you got your quarterback though. This dude, he did numbers in college, and then you burn another draft pick 2 rounds later or whatever it was for Shador.
Yeah,
it's just shocking. You're the Browns. You have needs at a lot of spots.
Dude, I keep going back to like during the season, he would constantly throw his teammates under the bus. He went on Twitter and talked shit about a former teammate who got cut from the team, who he described as mid. And there's like the whole watch thing, it's just, and look, a lot of people do shit like that, but it's the whole package. I think it became a little much.
Body language on the field, bad.
And of course,
he's got teammates bad.
His dad, who's just constantly chirping about how great his son is on social media. And the whole thing was just, I think, a lot for teams to invest, a lot of money in.
And someone who does not appear to be like a franchise cornerstone.
Yeah.
Like a guy you build around.
Yeah.
That being said, he became a sympathetic figure. A lot of that was because of the prank call, which we now know is from the Falcons DC's son, Jax
Ulbrich.
Jax.
Who apparently his dad, Jeff Ulbrich, the DC of the Falcons, he had an iPad that was left unlocked or with a list of phone numbers on it. And Jax just scribbled down Shador's number, like, I'm going to keep this in my pocket just in case, whatever. And the prank call, which we saw one half of the prank call, video leaked of Shador getting the phone call. And then later on, the idiots decided to post the video from their half. And so there's like a split screen that puts the phone call together. And it's just a really, really bad look for this kid and for this kid's dad too, honestly. That was sorry, man. I get it. He's like, he kind of brings a lot of this on himself, as like loud as he is in public and all, but that was fucking sorry.
So the kid got the number solely to do a draft prank, because the number, I didn't know this, the NFL apparently gives phones to all these guys.
Okay.
So it's like it's like almost like a burner.
So they only, if the phone rings, it's because a team is calling.
Specifically to avoid
that's interesting.
This kind of confusion.
Did not know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's like, hey, this is GM of the Saints. I think he said the Saints, because we're gonna pick you, we're getting you with this next pick. And he said something like, been waiting on you, man. And something else. He goes, all right, let's be, his tagline is legendary. That's what he says. He goes, all right, let's go be legendary. Then the kid said, all right, you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Click. And he's like, what does that mean? I don't get it. Then they put it together that he said, you're being trolled, man. Fucking sorry.
That's so shitty.
It is shitty. Real shitty.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. The Cleveland thing, like that was the ongoing joke, their quarterback room and how ridiculous it is. I don't know what Flacco's plan is. Flacco,
who knows if he's going to be there, but they're going to have to cut two of those guys, or at least practice squad them. Or
they can't do anything. What can they do? What's their flexibility with Deshaun?
I don't know. I don't know what that contract is. All that money's guaranteed. I don't know.
That is an insane quarterback room, just from personalities and baggage.
That Deshaun Watson contract still might be the worst in NFL history.
Yeah,
all that money.
They didn't trade Luka Doncic, but
yeah.
They did go get Deshaun Watson.
To Jax Olbricht's credit, he did issue. I think he was given Shador's number and called him to apologize personally. He issued an apology on social media as well.
Damn,
but just a really bad look.
Prank call's coming back.
I don't know, man.
Remember Crank Yankers?
His dad's probably. I don't know. You can't ground your son if he's in college or whatever. But that's
Jax.
Jack, what are you doing, bro?
That's such a DC kid's name.
Jax.
Yeah. Kid's probably got bionic arms.
I'm just thinking about
Mortal Kombat.
I'm thinking of Crank Yankers bits. I remember one where this guy just kept calling Home Depot asking about the cock.
Good. You know what I would have done if I was prank calling? I would have just been like, "What's up, buddy? You ready to get to work? Put a girl on." Put a girl on.
Put a girl on.
Put a girl on.
Oh, all right. The other big slide did not get the it got a lot of pub, but it just didn't touch the Shador thing. Was our old friend Quinn.
Yeah.
Quinn Ewers in his wonderful room of death.
Yeah, I heard. I don't know if that. I guess that was his house. I don't know. I knew he was a big hunter, but
Live from Cabela's.
Good grief. Yeah. So a lot of mock drafts, which are mostly bullshit, as we know. We're putting him somewhere between like 3rd and 5th round, I think. So it was expected that he was going to be like a day 2 or 3 guy. I don't think many people expected 7th round. I know he definitely didn't. Yeah, watching him sit there, they kept putting the camera on him. Tough to watch, man. I think he was clearly like very, very disappointed. One of the more uncomfortable things, like I follow him on social media, and like he had all these like draft obligations with all these sponsors he has.
Yeah,
and it's like one of them was Taco Deli, and so like after the draft, he's sitting there, he's like, yeah, well, I was waiting for my name to be picked. I was enjoying Taco Deli. It's just like, oh fuck, it's just uncomfortable.
I don't know. I still believe in Quinn Ewers. I think he can. And I actually do like him in Miami. I'm not going to say he's Dan Marino 2.0. Shout out Des Bryant on Twitter. I don't know why Dan Marino 2.0, the most accurate quarterback.
Yeah. The thing about Quinn, I think 2 major red flags on Quinn. One of them is he's fragile, like he's hurt all the time.
Yeah.
The other one is he just doesn't have a deep ball, and it's something that I've been talking about his entire time at Texas. His short and intermediate passes are beautiful, but I mean, he's throwing the ball downfield. He floats it. He's inaccurate, and even the pro day here in Austin, like he was nailing everything short and intermediate, and then it was time for deep balls, and he was just thrown out of bounds, missing guys, and you have to have that in the NFL. You just have to. So if he can't develop that real fast, he's going to find his way on a practice squad somewhere, just fighting for time.
Yeah. A lot has been made about like, he should have transferred. And he's probably made just through NIL from Ohio, the first year at Ohio State, and then 3 years at Texas.
He's a multi-millionaire. He's probably worth $10 million.
I was gonna say like
yeah,
somewhere between like 7 and 10 mil. I don't think that's
Probably.
crazy.
Yeah.
And when you're a 7th round pick, what $800,000? Is that what he's gonna make?
I mean, if you make the team,
If you make the team,
and there's no guarantee he makes the team.
I mean, their quarterback's Tua. You talk about fragile.
Yeah. Who else?
I think they got Zach Wilson. I think
Zach Wilson is also on that roster. Yeah, he's a chance to be the third quarterback on the roster, so he's got a shot. I mean,
yeah.
it was tough to watch, man.
It was.
He's a good kid.
I felt bad for him because he's by all accounts a good kid, and yeah, they kept showing him, and by the time it came around, like his eyes were really red. You could tell he'd been pretty emotional about it. I still think one of the more underappreciated college players by some people in the fan base, in the Texas fan base. Not all, but it's like, dude just went like, just look at him on paper. Like, yeah, he was hurt, and that sucks. But he also played hurt quite a bit and got you to 2 fucking playoffs, the first 2 playoffs. Like,
yeah, I saw a lot of chatter after he slid on the draft, being like, man, why didn't he just play Arch? He was clearly the better quarterback. And I mean, I even made comments like that during the season. I was like, man, I think if Arch was playing, this offense looks much different at times. Nothing you can do about that now, obviously.
hell of a chance to prove it. A lot of people, I mean, if Arch comes out and, y'all are the Texas's top 5 team still.
Dude, I still think Arch is going to be fucking legit. I really do.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be very, very good. I think he'll have an opportunity to come out and be the first overall pick.
He's the mocks, dude. If
he's
like
expected
the
to stay. Like his family has said, we want him to start X amount of games before he enters the NFL, and it's something like 25. So we fully expect him to stay 2 more seasons, but he could absolutely decide he's ready if he has a great season. That is,
it's crazy. They've already got him like the people who are doing mock drafts for a year from now, which is insane.
Yeah, and
they've already got him at like 2.
You see people saying, "Oh, if his last name was Smith, and it wouldn't be, he wouldn't be projected this high." But like pedigree, it does mean something. He comes from a football family. Like he's got.
Well, what about Shador?
Well, yeah,
how about that?
Sure, even though his dad was not a quarterback.
No. And he does not have the athleticism of Pops.
He definitely does not.
Sadly. Otherwise, it's a way different story.
He's a pocket. He's got some mobility back there. He can evade rushers, but he doesn't take off and run for it.
Some friends of the podcast, you got Big Cam Williams, Duncanville zone going. He slid. People knew he was going to slide.
That's the dude who got some bad advice, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Ends up in Philly, which I fucking hate. Because Howie Roseman, that organization, they've proven they know what they're doing.
They got Makuba, too, the safety from Texas, who had a really good season.
And they got the linebacker from their first-round pick, Jihad.
Oh, Jihad Campbell?
The kid from Georgia, right?
Alabama. Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Because their defense is already pretty nuts.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I like Big Cam in Philly. He's got he's a freak. He's just got to... Just got to get him healthy. How about little KJ connection? Friend of the show, Jaquindon Jackson. Sadly not drafted, but signs with the Jags.
The next Deebo Samuel, says Dave.
Didn't really react in the group chat when that was dropped in there. I mean, I was looking for a little bit more excitement. I would have been running around. I thought there was a chance. Cowboys took that kid from Clemson. late. That was the second running back they took. But thought there was a chance the Arkansas connection, the local connection, the Cowboys might scoop him. But yeah,
They
he
got
signed
my boy Jaden Blue.
Jaden
Cowboys did.
Blue, which it's one of those things where like, wait, am I hyped up because I watched a lot of Jaden Blue because he played at Texas? I know like the numbers are insane, like the speed is there.
The speed, he's insanely fast. He has a case of the fumbles a little bit. I don't see him as an every down back. He's more of just a speed back, kind of a third down guy, catch it out of the backfield type.
I was gonna say, why didn't he pop more this
But
season?
he's nasty.
Like he had his moments toward the end of the year, but it just felt like
Sark didn't trust him because he fumbled so often.
that's tough.
It is tough.
You got to hold on to the ball, Randy.
Any relation to Bonnie?
I don't know, man.
Bonnie Blue.
Probably not.
For those of you who don't know, I don't know if you're familiar. She slept with 1,000 guys, right? Maybe.
I believe so. Yes, she was also giving out scholarships for the littlest peanuts on spring break.
Ooh.
Wait, where'd you go for spring break?
I did not go anywhere. I was here.
Did you get a Scally?
You went to the
I did not go
beach, didn't you? You came
I
back
did
with a
not go
tan.
to Cancun. No.
You came back with a tan and some penicillin.
You came back with
didn't
a
you?
scholarship, didn't you?
Yeah, because of the other reason. Hey. She was giving us another one for the best O.
The best yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Randy.
Do we know who won those?
I don't know. Wasn't me. Hey, wasn't me. I wasn't there.
All right.
Anything
Anything
else?
else fun with the draft?
Yeah. Matthew Golden, Longhorn, went to Green Bay. He was at the draft. It was in Green Bay, so that was fun for him. Yeah, nothing else, man.
Okay.
Poor Quinn. Isaiah Bond did not get drafted. He was like mid-season projected to be a first-round guy. He's got a little case he's dealing with.
Sexual assault allegation.
Yeah. So that sucks.
Yeah. Never sexy when your team takes a guard first round, especially when your team needs a running back and a wide receiver. I knew they weren't going to take running back, but I think if the Arizona kid McMillan was there, they probably would have taken him, the Cowboys, that is. But everything I've seen on Tyler Booker, not only just the tape is like the tape, it's awesome. He was the best guard in the draft. Have you listened to any interviews with him?
No.
He's got a great personality.
Does
like
he?
he's legit funny.
I like it.
He's got big leader vibes. Like he seems like the kind of dude who's probably may ruffle feathers being the young guy chiming up in the locker room,
I like it.
which I'm totally fine with.
Absolutely.
You get a guy who's like got that good at tape, and he's also like a culture guy. Let's go. And dude, guard from Alabama, yeah. Like let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm excited about Blue just because like I do have some memories of the plays I remember other than like the couple fumbles. Are,
He's
like,
nasty. He really
insane.
is. Yeah.
Insane. Always gives you pause when outlets are giving your team an A or an A plus in your draft grade. I love grading a graph or a draft the next day. You just gotta. This is what we think. How you guys did. We haven't seen a snap yet, but
Yeah, those are absolutely meaningless.
It looks like Purdue had one person drafted, and it was in the 5th round. So shouts out
All right.
to Boilermaker.
Baylor
football.
for the second year in a row, 0 draft, 0 drafted.
It's not what you're looking for, typically.
Not what you're looking for, but got some dudes this year. All right. Well, I guess we'll just write off Micah.
You blew it, Micah.
He blew it.
He went full Jade on.
And for those who are asking, we did plan to, like, Micah was.
This wasn't a cold call.
Yeah, this wasn't. He was like, I want to be on.
I hope everything's okay.
Sure, he's fine.
We didn't have an issue with a lease. You know what I'm saying?
Could have been, yeah. At least
Maybe he leased like an outdoor kitchen. What do they lease? Is it construction equipment?
Yes.
It's some type of equipment, yeah.
Okay. So not outdoor kitchens. I don't know why one would lease such a fixture.
Yeah, if you need a backhoe or a skid steer or something, he's your guy.
Ooh, speaking of skid steers, I saw what you did in that bathroom, buddy.
I don't know what you know.
Fucking nasty ass.
I would
Trash ass.
I would double
trash
flush if
ass.
that was the situation.
Hey, where'd our boy Shuck go?
Um,
Did you see his?
yeah. I forgot where he went. He was a second rounder, though, wasn't he?
Oh, the Saints. That's right. Okay. Let's go. Fucking 26 years old, New Orleans. That's prime getting robbed time there, buddy.
That's-
26 in New Orleans, they're looking for your ass.
That's
You got enough
fine.
money to be worth a robbing.
That's buying some baking soda off the street.
Oh yeah. Little NBA talk. Watching this from home with no dog in the fight. Pulling from my Lakers. It saddens me to watch the Minnesota Timberwolves have their way with the Luka and LeBron tandem, and I guess the trio with Austin Reeves. Anthony Edwards is fucking balling.
Yeah.
I saw somewhere today that Stephen A said he's a superstar, which
Wow.
no shit, dude. Like we've kind of been watching.
Of course, was recently fined $50,000 for telling a fan that his dick is bigger than his, which there's no proof of.
Let's see it. Let's go cock for cock. Prove it.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Luka's getting shit after last night for a bad fourth quarter and running out of gas, but kind of worth noting he did have like a very severe stomach bug before the previous game that he's recovering from. Not saying he's in the best shape. That's been a criticism. But like if anybody's ever had a stomach bug, like you're not good for a while. That first workout after being sick like that with a tum-tum thing is not fun.
Yeah.
That's one you're dragging through. So I can't imagine.
They're 3-1?
Down 3-1.
Yeah.
Going back to LA. They'll get it back to Minnesota. And then I hope we get asshole Luka, finding just some innocent dude in the second row and just saying, all right, tonight I'm just going to talk shit to you. And that's how you're going to be my motivation. My Pistons, my adopted team for this run, got jobbed. Now they're down 3-1 to the Knicks. I told Will the other day, because Will was like, Dave, do I need to be in on this Pistons run? I was like, dude, you're never going to. This is like the perfect time to jump in, because if you're a Pistons fan, you made the playoffs, and it wasn't like you snuck in through a play-in game. Like, you had a great season. You overperformed by most metrics, and you're not supposed to beat the Knicks. The expectation, it would be great if you did, but if you don't. So, like, watching that's like kind of a perfect point in fandom, where you're watching a team that's very much on the rise, and even if they lose, it's not going to be the end of the world, because you have like a lot of future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So get in. If you're not in on this Pistons team yet, get in. My guy Tim Hardaway Jr. Tough scene. Definitely got fouled on the last shot. You never want to see after a
I saw
playoff
that.
game the refs come out and be like, "Hey, the NBA, whatever, whoever manages that, it's like, yeah, we missed a call."
It was pretty obvious.
3 shots. They were down 1. He would have had 3 shots at the line. So in theory, you think an NBA player is going, especially a guard, going 2 for 3. But just tough all around. And then let's see. Oh yeah, my Stars look to go up 3-2 tonight. Took a nice little ass whipping to the Avs the other night. These 8:30 puck drops, man. These games are killing me.
Yeah.
I don't like it, because it's hockey. It's playoff hockey. It's
Some-
meant to.
Saw my Golden Knights even the
going.
series against the Wild.
Yeah.
I'll start tuning in when that shit. when that
Please
shit
start
gets up.
tuning in.
This is about the time of year I start to really watch some puck.
This is when Dylan starts saying, you know what? I'm gonna stop watching the studio or whatever. What is it? Is it the studio?
Yeah.
We're gonna fucking watch a little puck.
I've been too busy watching baseball, man. College baseball. Got that ESPN Plus account finally. I've been watching my Horns.
But yeah, I watched the fucking Horns go fucking grand slam, beat my Bobcats in San Marcos on Wednesday night.
Dude, that was a game.
Just impossible to watch that. Just pitchers who had nothing. Dudes who could not find the zone.
On both sides.
And they're just leaving them out there because it's a midweek game.
Yeah.
They don't want to wear out the bullpen before A&M comes to town. So this dude's out there just laboring. I'm like, dude, we got to do something. Get Parks in there.
Yeah, that's right.
And then I kind of want to wait for KJ to talk Shannon Sharpe, but that might be out of the news cycle next week. But
You want to talk a little bit about it?
he's stepping away until the preseason. Did you see that?
No. From his show?
So he issued a statement, and might I add, very bizarrely, and I believe it was a screenshot of the Notes app that someone, it was just, none of it made sense. But let's see. Oh, he's still been tweeting. You gotta continue tweeting. He said, "My statement is found here, and this is the truth. The relationship in question was 100% consensual. At this juncture, I am electing to step aside temporarily from my ESPN duties. I'll be devoting this time to my family and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations set against me. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason." So he's just gonna sit this one out until the preseason. So thank God we'll have him back for those games. Preseason.
Yeah, we don't care.
I'm just saying, like, yeah, like why don't you just work that in too? Sit out those final 4 weeks.
Just an embarrassing ordeal. Even if he's completely innocent, and who knows what actually happened there, just embarrassing as hell.
It's dirty business. You don't really know. We don't know what else is going to come out. There's rumors of a tape. I don't know, but it's a tough scene.
It's a tough scene.
Tough scene.
Yeah.
KJ will have some takes on it. You got any parting thoughts for the folks?
I do not. No. That was a good one.
What's a good one? Are you mad about Saquon playing golf with Trump?
No. No, I'm not. I saw that a lot of people are unhappy about it.
I really just want to see what Saquon looks like with the driver, the big stick.
We've seen his swing before, I think. I think
Have
it's
we?
like not bad. I mean, it's kind of what you expect from like a muscly running back type.
What kind of
but
shorts is he wearing? Like, what shorts fit over those
You
quads?
got to go Custo on him, I think.
Yeah.
He can't, like my shorts, he can't wear these.
No offense to the good people at Rowback. He's not wearing the
No.
What's the new one? Not the dusters.
The grits.
The grits.
He's not wearing the loopers unless they go Custo and add a few inches in the thigh.
Yeah. Let's run it back.
Of course, that's the segment during which we talk about what we already talked about. Dylan's son drove UT offensive tackle Nick Brooks to drink on Saturday. It's YouTube week.
Again.
The Producers is a play about thespians. Rhodes poops with the walkie-talkie in hand. Jaquan and Jackson signed with KJ's Jags. Hold on to the ball, Randy. Jaden Blue might be related to Bonnie. We don't know. And finally, speaking of skid steer, Dave saw what Randy did in the bathroom earlier. And that concludes Run It Back.
These are false allegations.
Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. All right, we'll be back next week with KJ. And hey, if Micah wants to pop on,
Yeah.
he's more than welcome. And if the other D-man wants to pop on, you're more than welcome.
Bye-bye.